created and built this project by hand, calls his work the Aerosled or Aeromobile. His vehicle is equipped with wheels to ride on the ground. However, if desired, they can be replaced with skis or floats to expand the functionality and increase the cross-country capability of the snowmobile. It's possible to drive it on any type of surface, at any time of year. Another interesting feature is the door, which is part of the body, but opens like a gull-wing door. Why fill your own glasses with a drink when you can get a machine to do the job? That's probably what the developer of this compact device thought of a couple of years ago. The Pourer is an automatic beverage dispenser that can fill up to 5 shots at once. The device detects them on the stand using an infrared sensor. The OLED display allows you to set the amount of beverage dispensed. You can adjust the amount down to the milliliter. The built-in battery has enough power for about 5 hours of operation, and the body is environmentally friendly because it's made of plywood. Nowadays, exoskeletons are being developed not only by the world's major companies, but also by amateur inventors. This one, for example, was assembled by a 20-year-old inventor from America to help him lift heavy objects. Parts of the exoskeleton mimic the work of the human arms and allow the user to lift objects weighing up to 130 pounds as if they didn't weigh anything at all. It's easy to find a practical application for the development. For example, you can go shopping with it. The hull of a boat or motorboat has a relatively simple shape, which can be replicated using available and very unconventional materials. These craftsmen, for example, took several steel oil barrels, sawed them down, and then welded them together to create something that resembles a small vessel. The main challenge was to make the seams airtight so they wouldn't let water in. As you can see, they succeeded. They also added a motor, allowing the DIY boat to move on water just like a real motorboat, developing a speed of 16 to 22 miles per hour. You can assemble a funny toy, which both children and adults will love, out of ordinary cardboard. This material was chosen for this remote-controlled snake. The craftsman drew and then cut out 8 identical plates and connected them with wooden spikes. Instead of wheels, he used wire with beads on it. In the final stages, the creator attached a tiny motor to the head and a battery to the tail. This mini ride was built in the backyard of an ordinary British house in 2019. It took the inventor several months to complete this crazy project, but the result is definitely impressive. The track itself was assembled from planks and plastic pipes, but the car is actually a pair of wooden elements pieced together. At the heart of the ride is an air ram, capable of generating 1,200 pounds of thrust. This is enough to give the car an impressive initial speed and the users a rush of adrenaline. Talented people don't need to go to an amusement park to entertain themselves. These guys' invention proves it. They built a ride from available materials and tools. To be precise, they attached a seat to a garden tractor. The faster the vehicle moves, the faster the seat spins. Just remember to fasten your seatbelt and don't eat before riding it. An interesting bicycle customization solution was conceived a couple of years ago by an American studio. The vehicle was disassembled and equipped with an air suspension, which allows you to adjust the height of the seat and the frame as a whole. The idea arose out of the engineer's love for choppers. Indeed, the bike with a lowered seat has a low riding position that reminds us of a chopper, but this design was not very practical. Therefore, the project was closed and we can only admire these bikes on video. The name of this DIY robot stands for Little Telepresence Rover. It's based on a miniature single-board computer and is powered by 2 micromotors. Amazingly, you can control the rover with your smartphone and the help of a built-in camera that transmits image in real time. The developer claims that the robot can be controlled literally from any place where there is internet. The tracked platform allows the device to overcome small obstacles, and it also has its own charging station. To assemble this snowmobile with his own hands, the master needed to borrow parts from many other vehicles. For example, the rear propulsor was assembled from parts of the snowmobile Tiger. The front double wishbone suspension and the shock absorber were taken from a Ural vehicle. The gearbox was taken from a motorcycle, the brakes from an ATV, and the brake disc was taken from a kart. As it's not difficult to guess, this snowmobile was assembled in Russia. Despite its full customization, it not only looks stylish, but it also confidently rides off-road and is not afraid of deep snow. Automated, truly productive wood processing machines can cost several $1,000s. So, instead of spending money buying one, this inventor decided to create a similar machine with his own hands using a chainsaw, metal beams, a brush, and a pile of scrap metal. The result is a machine that doesn't require constant human intervention during operation. It independently feeds heavy logs to the working area and then performs cutting and splitting in one work cycle. Interestingly, the specialist chose very simple materials. For example, the saw is connected to the machine by an ordinary door hinge. A few years ago, Bosch released a tutorial on how to create an unusual and stylish desk lamp. The body's made of natural wood. A flat square panel is used as the stand, whereas the stand is assembled from many thin bars. You could assemble the electric system on your own, but it's much faster to buy a pendant bulb and then attach it to the finished construction. Rice field maintenance includes forming border grooves, which ensures a quick water supply and lowers the water level. This craftsman has been using hand tools for this procedure for many years, but then decided to simplify his work. With his own hands, he created a bike to speed up the work and make the process less time-consuming. As you can see, the unusual vehicle does an excellent job. When this video was filmed, the bike had already served its owner successfully for 3 years. And here's some homemade furniture that will allow you to save some space in the yard. With a simple movement, the bench turns into a dining table with seats on each side. It can accommodate from 4 to 6 people. And the most amazing thing is that this transforming piece of furniture was made by one person with his own hands using just a set of planks and nails. Ropes, a few pieces of plywood, bearings, shafts, and of course some skills. That's all this master needed to build a functional rowing machine. He decided to do some research and create a rowing machine on his own after he saw their prices. And it should be said, he made the right decision. The machine copes with all the necessary tasks while costing less than $200.
Hey, stop being lazy, it's time to use that brain of yours. Welcome to Brain Time, incredible facts from the past, the present, and even the future.
the power of nature and wild animals, amazing facts and unsolved mysteries. You'll find all this and much more here. Subscribe now, you won't regret it.